dreading it might be honey bound. So in the meantime, we're going to do a little few shop things here. And you can hear my neighbor sighting in his rifle for hunting season. Out here, you just can't help it. Anyway, went to the hardware store to try to find a paint stirrer, and since it's been probably 25, 30 years since I bought one, I was flabbergasted at the price they charge for a paint stirrer. So I decided to make my own at about probably a seventh of the cost. This is a piece of 1/4 inch steel rod, nothing fancy. Says it's zinc plated, so that'll help it from rusting. It comes in 3-foot lengths. So took a hammer and my trusty vise and made a hook. Flattened the 4 sides on it so it grips well in the drill. Lost my zinc coating on this end of it, so that's going to be interesting to see how that paint stir works. I don't know if I'll get that on video. I think I referred to myself as Mr. Cheap, but that might be the wrong word. Frugal might be better. I'm going to show you a trick my dad used when he kept bees. A lot of beekeepers have gone to the plastic cells, which go in your medium supers. Plastic. Bees are not crazy about them, but they will use them. But their advantage is you can use them in an extractor and you won't fall out. All you get is the honey in a few caps. I don't have an extractor, and I don't plan on having an extractor. What I plan is I will use plastic cells, but it's going to only be for liquid honey, no comb, that I will use to fill the jars, which I will put chunk honey in, which is my favorite. So you generally have to have more liquid honey than you do comb honey when you do it in that process using pint or quart jars, whatever suits you. So I'm probably going to have more plastic cells, and that's where the checkerboarding effect will come in. You put in a plastic cell, wax foundation, then another plastic cell, then a wax foundation, and these help guide the bees in keeping the wax foundation straight. Wax foundations can be expensive unless you shop around, buy when they're on sale or pick them up from somebody that's not using them. But what I do is I take full size, medium, natural wax foundation, and I get myself a kitchen tool that's been around for a long time, and I'll slice them in half, and I'll double the number of frames that I can put natural wax in, plus give the bees a little hand on getting it started. So this is how we look up the you just basically take your trusty dusty pizza cutter. It doesn't have to be exactly straight. Bees generally fix whatever errors are in it, and you just simply roll that down the center of your wax frames. You've already got a row of cells there you can follow. What you end up with is a nice half frame of natural wax cells. So that way you can cut your need for wax in half, cut your cost in half. And it becomes more economical that way. And the bees don't mind. And I don't mind. So we might as well go ahead and show you how to pop one of those into a frame. Got mine laid out here. These come pre-cut. You got a slice in them here. You just take your pocket knife or utility knife. I carry a pocket knife everywhere I go, probably since I was 6 or 7. That pops right out. See if you've got any leftovers in here. Make sure you trim that off, because that can keep you from getting a good bite on the foundation. Trim off any of the excess splinters we got in here. Sometimes you get a few, sometimes you don't. Take your wedge, as they call it, and trim off this little piece along the edge here. You can see it peeling up. That when they make it, they leave this attached just a little bit so it doesn't get lost in transit. So now that we've got that cleaned up, you can take that. You can put your finished edge down if you want. That gives the bees a nice straight piece of comb to work on. Get this down in your frame. Apply your wedge. Give it a little bit of push in and zap you a staple. Alright, had a little difficulty there. My stapler caused my camera mount to self-adjust, as you might say. So we'll do that again. Make sure we ever get everybody squared away on that. Just fit your comb into the notch. Make sure it's seated down good. Put your wedge in place. Give it a little pinch pressure with your thumb. Be careful not to staple your thumb, of course. Get us one here in the middle. And one on the end. And that, my friend, is how we save money on putting half sheets of wax foundations in the supers. I appreciate a thumbs up, if you don't mind, or a like, as I guess they call it. Subscribe and share. We need all the people in beekeeping we can get. Y'all have a good day and come back soon.